Okay, hello again everybody and welcome. It's me, Wushu Richard, with a morning talk video for you guys, and I've got a nice cup of tea here, which is great, and I thought I'd have a little chat with you, okay? This morning I want to make a few martial arts talk videos. I've just finished my stretch workout. I just did it in these rooms here, and I feel good. Okay, every morning I do my stretching, full stretching, and preparation for any martial arts training. Nowadays, in my day-to-day life, excuse me. So nowadays in my day-to-day life, I don't do nearly as much martial arts training as I used to do when I was younger, in terms of like actual practicing, like whether it be forms, solo training like forms, or even solo training basic movements, even down to the basics, like basic kickboxing techniques. Even my main art, which is my Wing Chun, which I love to practice, Wing Chun. In Mandarin Chinese it's Yong Chun Chuan. And any of the Kung Fu systems that I've learned and different martial arts I've learned, I just don't train honestly. Honestly, I'm saying I don't train to that level like I used to. And it's very sad. It depends on my life, it's all basically because of my life situations and everything. Everybody gets busy in their lives. But what I do is, what I will say is this, on some levels, I would say I've deteriorated in my ability compared to how I used to be. But on some levels, I'm actually much better than I was. And I don't know if it's to do with age or, just age in general in people. As time goes by, and the body does change too. It's getting harder to... I'm only 36 years old. I'll be 36 this year. But already I do feel different in my body compared to when I was younger, let's say, 18, 19, 20 years of age. But I know damn well that I'm kind of talking ridiculous when I say that, because even though that's true, and I'm sure other people can relate to me, especially people that are much older too, like 40, 50, 60, but it's like, I do know though still that, you get like Olympic or like, sports players and stuff who are still in pretty good shape in the 30s, the 40s, and I know that it does depend on regular training, and that's where it really depends on regular training. And I do regular training, but it's not like as it was like last year, or a good like half a year or over half a year ago. I started up doing some running, and I was running for like, I don't know, a week to 2 weeks. I was like running most days of the week, and I was running around. And I've not done running in years, but I did do some jogging, and I felt really, really good in myself. It was hard, like in the first couple of days. I had like pain in my legs, I was sore, and then after that, it picked up, and I started to feel really good, myself. I'm always like mucking around the house. Like sometimes I'll do like some movements. I'm always practicing movements. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm not actually regimented my martial art training like properly. Like really training, like you would back in the old school, back when I was learning in the schools and stuff. But and even like by myself, like I'll find a door frame or some kind of tree or post, and I'll start practicing my moves on it. You know what I mean? And even in most like of the time throughout the year, I have been doing regular training throughout all these years, like training by myself and training with people. Like I've been teaching like some basic Wing Chun, okay? In Mandarin Chinese it's Yong Chun Chuan, but Wing Chun, Wing Chun, excuse my pronunciation, but I've been teaching my little bit of that just based on what I know, my system that I practice. And that's good training, as well as some of the basic Tai Chi or Tai Chi principles. I am not an expert at Tai Chi, and I'm not an expert at Bagua either, but I've learned certain techniques in those, and I look into all kinds of techniques. I love certain techniques that you find in Aikido. Aikido is a art I've never studied actually formally, but I've looked into a lot of videos and stuff out there, and just tried to work that into my training. I look into all martial arts. I look into boxing. I've done karate when I was younger too. I've done kickboxing. I've done 5 animal kung fu, as I say. I've done long fist wushu basic training, forms and stuff. But I like to take what I feel is, works for me or fits for me. I don't know how best to put it. It's weird to say that because a lot of people will say that, oh, you've got to find what works for you. But I mean, that is so true. Everybody's body's different and everybody works differently, mind and body and development. But still, if you can train anyone to be, you can train a lot of people to be a good runner, right? Or a good, But then again, I can't swim. Not everybody would become the best sports player, let's say, but I'm just saying, but it's like, I'm saying that, you could train people to be fairly efficient in any martial art, So regardless of it not feeling right in the beginning, that's very, very normal. Have a try, see what suits you, see what fits you. Or you have a try and you don't know anything until you've walked that path, and you don't walk it in a day. You've got to train it for a long time. You take any young person from history, let's say in various cultures across the world, countries, you take any young age, teen to young adult that was forced to go into war and train up to be a soldier. They may have been the most unsuitable as such. That training may not have been suitable, or at least a lot of aspects of it. But that training, through that training, they actually did develop, right? So, and they've got ability in it. They're adept more than anybody else, or like the average Joe, anybody who's not a soldier. But anyway, we're doing a regimen on a daily basis, a regimen, a workout of any kind, and in martial arts training and stuff. You are a warrior. We are warriors to ourselves, training to some degree, right? We're doing things as martial artists. We train to a level. Our training regimens may change as we grow older, or as we go through different stages, I don't know what to call it, different parts of our lives, where we change jobs or whatever happens. You start out young, you grow older, you may end up getting married or whatever, like me. Things happen. You may become a father. I know people that have become fathers, and mothers. You may have to travel here or there, or work related. All kinds of stuff may happen. But you can, if you want to do anything, you can have that drive to push yourself. And doing a basic workout every day that's efficient, even if it's a short time, you can actually train yourself to be very strong and healthy compared to most people that have some level of martial arts ability, or martial arts in general in you. That's what I've learned. So I've never given up my training, and as I say, I've deteriorated and I've changed in some ways, but in my health and in my martial arts, but in other levels I'm actually much more healthy now and much more advanced and more able in my techniques now. I feel more conditioned. I've got much better ability than I used to have in certain ways. Like, I know now I could stretch more. If I wanted to push myself, it'd be harder, but if I was to push myself and do more stretching, more regular stuff, more running, you can't do everything in a day and fit it in. I mean, here it's a tropical place where I'm living now, so it's very, very hot. So you may not want to kill yourself in the burning heat, but I'm just saying, I've trained in all kinds of weathers and times and climates and traditions. So what I'm trying to say, the thing is though, still, I could train any of that, stamina, what do you call it, endurance, breathing, whatever you'd call it, chi, breathing, strength training, all that flexibility. I could do more, but you just got to fit in what you can. The talk's talk, you got to actually do it. But I don't know what it is. It's like I just do what I do, It's like you get it with these martial arts actors too. These people, obviously, they still keep in good shape for the films they do. But there's people like, let's say, you can take anybody, obviously, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen, obviously, you could take Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme, but they're getting older in their age, but they still keep themselves in good shape, behind the scenes. But it's like, they're not training on the level that they used to when they were kids, right? So it's really weird. It's like, when they were younger, when people were younger, you may train really hard, but it's like, you're just naturally more gifted when you're younger, right? Naturally more able, such strong, or let's say very flexible and that. But when you're older, when you get older, it's like you're training harder. You're trying to at least maintain or somewhere near close to being what you used to be, because you're like you feel like a shadow of your former self, and you feel if you have that dedicated heart and drive. But you're getting older, so that can either make you give up or that can actually push you even further. You've got a lot more pressure on you, especially as a martial artist. And the pressures of life as you grow older, and if you do become a father or grandfather, and you've got to take care of your family, you know what I mean? A lot of things there. But you don't want to get sick. When you get older, it's like you've got to take care of your health. But then working out, you've got to be careful with that as well, not overdo it. But the working out's got to keep you in shape. But you've got this drive. It's like that Rocky kind of thing, Rocky, Creed and that. Rocky. It's like that kind of thing where it's pushing you. It's more harder training. But the amazing thing with the martial arts is it's not just talking about flexibility in certain areas, strength and all of that. You're not going to get maybe some old man going to be as strong as he was, like a weightlifter, a bodybuilder when he's old compared to when he was younger. He may not be the same Olympic swimmer he used to be, But the thing is with martial arts, it's the same with anything like sports. Let's say sports, basketball players, they may be great when they're young. When they're older, they're not going to have that same championship body, that they used to have when they were younger, and the ability. But what I'm saying is with the martial arts is different because it's so deep and there's so many techniques, and to be a true master or expert, you can have such skill of various things. Could be, let's say, Tai Chi, for example, Tai Chi, right? You could be adept in ninjutsu or whatever, things like that. Wing Chun. People who know what I'm talking about in traditional arts, you'll know what I'm saying. Bagua, okay, Wing Chun. Yong Chun, okay, things like that, you'll know what I mean. But you may not necessarily be able to step in the ring it doesn't matter what style. Anyway, I'll say that there before I get cut off on that one. But I was going to say you're not going to be like getting old age pensioners in the UFC or Muay Thai fights the same as they was when they were like 19, 20 years old or younger, right? So what I'm trying to say is, with traditional martial arts, it helps you to keep healthy. You're changing your training might change, but you can still train a lot of it. And not only the philosophy and the morality and all that, but the actual technique. You're still going to have techniques to actually defend yourself. And some of the stuff's really more simple. Some of the more flashy, showy movements aren't even the best moves, like jumping up, kicking somebody in the head, or just beating the shit out of someone, wrestling someone. That's all they say the masterful way of the martial arts is you look at that basic stuff as like child's play. Not like the horror movie, but child's play, that's really easy stuff. You're flexible. Anybody can jump and kick somebody in the head, punch someone, wrestle someone down and take blows when you're young and all this. If you're a tough person. I'm not the best for taking blows, but But I'm saying, but with traditional martial arts, like the masterful way, if you're a master, if you're on the path of true like kung fu and true martial arts, you'll be able to defend yourself with various techniques that are just so subtle and so simple And this is what a lot of people in today's modern day don't believe in, because they just think it's like all mumbo jumbo bullshido. But the people who really know about true traditional martial arts, not these phony fights you see online, no offence to some of these people who may have trained and such, but these silly fights you see online where you see traditional martial artists getting beaten by tough MMA guys. I'm not saying that some of the stuff ain't legit to more of a degree on either side, but I'm saying that, you know, the traditional martial art, the best stuff is like dying out anyway, sadly, and that the true people, the people that do train underground and such, you know, like, and the ancient, the true ways, or the masterful ways, were so superior. And you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I mean, the traditional martial arts. But anyway, yeah, training does change, and I do stretching every day. And I'm going to stop this video now, and I'll make some more talk videos for you, okay? But thanks for listening, okay? But yeah, you know, so my training has changed. But how do I feel in myself? I feel like, you know, I'm doing good. I'm doing some weights training too now, because I'm not the most muscly person, so I'm trying to do some weights. Not every day in the week, but a few days a week, 3-4 days, like people say you be good. But I'm trying to push it now. I am doing it good, and I do believe in trying to do it like nearly every day if I can. But you know, true traditional martial arts is not about huffing and puffing, sweating. I mean, it's about sweating and that, but I mean, it's not about grueling, just muscle man stuff. You know, I mean, you know, just straight like that. It's about technique, most importantly, and fluidity and balancing the hard and soft, the flexibility throughout the body, and the strength through it. It's like an iron thread, isn't it? Through the internal and the external. The mind, the sensitivity, the balance, not only in a harmony kind of way, like I'm speaking philosophical, I mean actual balance in the structure. The people that know, the people that have trained forms and all that stuff that people think's bogus, you know, but if you train proper katas and forms, whether it be kung fu forms or like karate katas or whatever, you know, if you've trained that and you've looked into and practice like some Tai Chi, for example, or Bagua, you'll know. Because I've only done a bit of training in Tai Chi and Bagua, but that's helped me. And learning Wushu and then Karate Kata, Long Fist Wushu and then Karate Kata. The forms have helped me a lot. But when you explore the big techniques and the small techniques and all of the movements, and then when you're stretching and working out every day or doing any kind of exercise, you'll realise it will remind you certain things about your breathing or your positioning, and you'll just become a more overall, not a dancer, but an overall aware of your surroundings type person, you know, aware of your surroundings and aware of your positioning. And you realise that you can fight and move in many different ways. What's fighting ultimately? What's fighting ultimately, regardless of your physical state? The fighting is basically, in terms of the physical, of course it's mind into physical, but into the body and the physical, it's basically movement and reaction. That's the basic position and movement and all that, and angles. And then the speed to react, if you can react to a certain situation, be it a striking, grappling situation, whatever. So I want to say thank you for watching. I advise everybody to keep exercising every day. I'm going to keep pushing it, and yeah, sometimes you've got to push it further and do certain things, you know. But I've improved on certain levels and deteriorated on some. I guess that's just the way of life, you know, as it goes on. But you just stay strong through it, and that's the main thing. The martial spirit. If the martial spirit never dies, the martial arts warrior in the physical will never die. Thank you very much. Okay, train hard. Okay, excuse me. As I always say, train hard and stay safe. And enjoy your tea next time you have some tea too. If you like it, or something else.